You know how we love talking about referees here. We need to talk about the VAR shenanigans. So this was an incident where there was a tackle by, well, first it was Havertz who tried to tackle somebody, then it was Ziyech came in. Anyway, it was a massive scuffle. And the referee, Stuart Atwell, he ends up booking Havertz. Well, initially, he books Havertz, and then he sends off Hakim Ziyech initially. What happened was Emerson shoves Ziyech, who then Ziyech raises his arm and does a one-arm shove back. Tierney had his back. Sorry, not Tierney. Atwell had his back to them, right? And he does not have eyes on the back of his head. And he ends up. The confusion here comes to the fact that he books Ziyech, he sends off Ziyech, and then he's talking to VAR, and he goes to the screen, sees the screen, says, "Oh look, they shoved each other." So then rescinds the red, and he gives a yellow instead.
Yeah.
Now he's talking to VAR, Paul Tierney, and a lot of people. First of all, I gotta say this about all the people like, "Oh, disrespect for the fans, blah blah blah. Why did it take so long? Contempt for the fans, VAR, not me." I don't care. This is a big North London derby. You can wait 5 minutes for the right decision, if that's what it takes. Now, should it have taken 5 minutes? I don't think so. But don't blame VAR if these people execute it badly. What I don't understand and what we don't know, and Howard, you talked about making these conversations, Howard Webb that is, you talked about making these conversations public. This would be a good one to know. I want to know, did Paul Tierney, who's sitting in his VAR box, who can see that clearly Atwell didn't see the full incident, did Paul Tierney say, "Hey, Stuart, don't do anything yet. This is what I see. Just go to the screen and sort it out because stuff was happening behind you"? Did he say that to him? Because if he says that to him and Atwell says, no, I'll do it based on what I saw on the pitch and then you correct me later, then fine. But if he didn't say that, then that's not the way it's supposed to work, right?
Yeah, I think they forgot how it was supposed to work because, one, the confusion was on the screens and the stadium. He never said that VAR was checking something, right? So there's the argy-bargy. Then one of the linesmen comes towards the referee. They have a chat. Then the referee gives a yellow or maybe even two. And then for 30 seconds, he's there in the middle of the pitch. The ball is on the floor. I think there's Dyer and maybe Longley around him and maybe Kai Havertz as well. And nothing is happening. But you don't know what's going on. You don't know why play is not resuming. It's not Ziyech is there and Ziyech looks like he got away with it and he knows it. And that's it. So we're all there waiting. So like, okay, what's going on? But clearly, Atwell is waiting for someone to say something to him. And then after 30 seconds, he goes, Ziyech, he's looking for Ziyech. Ziyech, come here.
So it's more impossible that Tierney told him.
100%. He was clearly waiting.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm sorry. Then, you know what? Paul Tierney, you get the, who was a guy, you get the Lee Mason treatment.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I think so now, man. It's needed.
It's not acceptable. It's not. We have to understand that refereeing and being a video assistant referee are two different skill sets. I don't think Paul Tierney is a particularly good referee, by the way, to begin with. But if this is what happened, this is what you're describing, then he's a terrible VAR. And I hope that right now they're investigating this because this is nonsense.
But imagine that. So Atwell shows the red to Ziyech. Ziyech, who is playing on the right wing, so he's close to the tunnel because he's on the side of the tunnel. So Ziyech is walking, everybody's saying Cheerios, blah, 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 right? He's about to go into the tunnel. Atwell blows his whistle and says, actually, wait here. Then runs all across the pitch because the VR screen is on the other side of the tunnel, the other side of the stadium. So Ziyech is there. It's like, well, hang on, I've been sent off now. I've never seen anything like that since the introduction of VAR. And then Atwell goes, it takes him 15 seconds. He said, actually, it's not that bad. Ziyech, come back in. I rescind the red. It's a yellow. I'm like, what is going on? If Howard Webb still had some hair, he would, between Lee Mason the other day, the Brighton incident, the Souček incident, this one now, back-to-back week almost, he would. Oh my God.
I want to be very clear on this before people on social media and in the comments below this video come out and say, oh, it's a difficult job. You think you can do a better job as a referee, blah, blah, blah.
Come on.
These referees in the Premier League
sense.
are the top 0.001% of referees, right? They are professional or quasi-professional. Yeah. They compete with each other. If you spend time with referees, they will tell you they are competing. They want to be the best referees. They want to get the biggest names. We need to recognize that they're not all created equal, that some referees are better, some referees have bad days. And the same goes for VARs. And we need to get rid of this nonsense about the next person who says, put an ex-player in the VAR box. Like, come on, man. Seriously. Like, those people deserve a sledgehammer to the head. No, very simple. I'll do it myself, right? If it wasn't illegal. And would probably get me in trouble. Paul Tierney, like,
come on.
Just recognize your mistake. And I hope this is what's happening. And look, I'll give credit to him. Maybe Webb is having a conversation with Tierney as we tape this and say, look, what happened? This is not how you do it.
But this was a shambles. Such a shambles.
You want to see them improve. Like, I have a lot of time for Howard Webb. I've had the privilege of knowing him personally. I think we both have.
I worked with him.
It's going to take time. It's going to take time. And I think down the road, we're going to get a generation of people who are simply VARs, who are not Premier League referees, maybe for whatever reason, but who are good at assessing quickly, communicating well with the referees, and helping the referee, which is what everybody wants. Nobody wants to have Stuart Atwell look stupid out there because of because of a voice in his ear, right? That's not good for anybody.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.